Good morning everybody, Mr. Eric here again with another Scratch programming video. In the previous two videos we have set up an account and we have looked at different sprites and backdrops of how to change and add in different sprites and backdrops. If you haven't seen those videos yet, please go ahead and watch those before you come here. Now that we can have a little look at actually moving on with our program, like the title says, this is about creating a game, not just a game, but a game with a story. So we're going to play out an entire story before we actually start creating the game. So at the moment, if you are on Scratch and you've logged in your account, to go back to a previous project that you've done on the home screen, there is this My Stuff folder. Clicking on My Stuff folder takes you to all of your programs. You can see first program here. You can go ahead and delete that if you want to, but at the moment I just want to see inside, and seeing inside takes you to the actual project where we left off with our bear in the jungle. I don't actually have any use for this bear in the jungle, so I'm actually going to go ahead and create a new project. So here I'm just going to go and create a new project. Because this game, what we're going to be creating, I'm going to create an outer space police game. So let's call this Police Patrol. So this will be a police game, and as you will know from the very first video, we obviously don't need the cat, so we'll go ahead and delete the cat first of all, and we start with a brand new blank slate. Let's just see what type of sprites we have here. We don't actually have a policeman here, so I'm just going to choose a random person. We'll pick Devon. We'll start with Devon first of all in our home screen to introduce everybody. And Devon will be in the night sky, so let's say not in the night city. Do we have a stars one? We'll start Devon off in the night stars. Here now we want to obviously make an introductory to our game, so we want to add in some text, and there's no here on the category sections, there's no way to actually add text into your screen, so we actually have to create it. In your sprite section we choose a sprite, and over here on the right hand side we have letters. In the letters I'm just going to choose any letters. You can obviously choose a bunch of them, and we start off with the letter A. Obviously we don't just want the letter A. This one in our sprite, we're going to rename this, will be our welcome message, so we are going to say welcome. Over in the top left hand side you have three sections which says code, costume and sounds. Please make sure you've selected the sprite, so you don't want to be clicking on Devon, you want to make sure you click on the letter you've just added in, and you click costumes. It has the letter A. I'm going to highlight everything, because once you select only one thing it would only delete one thing, so just select everything and delete it because we want to get rid of that. And in this editor block you can add in some text, and here is where you write in the text that you want, and you can see it now displays in the stage section. If you go ahead and go back to the sprite over here, you can change the starting position. So if I type in 0, 0, that is the center of the stage. The Y position is the vertical up and down, and the X position is the left and right horizontal. So if I wanted to further up, I will go ahead and just click 100 and it will go up 100. The size is a little bit small, so actually I'm going to make it a bit bigger. So it's currently 100, I'm going to make it 200. Again, this is all in the sprite section down here. I will then go ahead and click on the code again, and we can leave that as a welcome sign. I'm going to add in one more, and just to show you, add another one again. So we add in another letter. This will be the play button, so we go ahead and play. We go on the costumes again, making sure we're selected on the correct sprite. We delete it. Ooh. Now that we've only selected the text because it's got left on there, we can type in play, but it won't let us actually select. It will carry on selecting the text, so we have to click on the arrow again, select everything, but it will go ahead and select the play as well. So we'll move the play out the way, select the A because we don't need that. I'm just going to place this in the middle because it makes it a little bit easier to find later. And the play button in this section, I want it to start off down here. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger as well. Not quite big. It's 150. Will be a little bit bigger there. You can go ahead and change the color and so on and so forth if you would like on the customization section. So let's just choose a green, and you will see it will change to a green. So now this is where you have obviously different stages. On the stage section, I'm going to choose a different backdrop. And actually, let's go back and do this a different way. If I click on the stage here, because I don't want to change the backdrop now. So, and over here changes, so you've got code and backdrops now. But what I want to do is, well, I don't need this first one, so I can go delete that backdrop. I want to choose a second backdrop from here. And let's just say space again, because then we go ahead and move to the spaceship. So you've got stars and spaceship. We're obviously starting with the stars, so we'll leave that. And what we want to do is when we press play, is we want the backdrops to change from the stars to the spaceship. And we want Devon to, well, we'll keep Devon where he is at the moment. So on the play button, you press the play sprite, not the button, play sprite. You can still see it's still there. And I've changed the background as well. So let me just go back to the stars. And we go to the code. What we do here is on the event section is when the sprite is clicked. So this is where we enter our code now. This is when the play button is clicked, the sprite. First of all, what we want to do is we want to go into looks because it's changing the appearance of it. We want to switch the backdrop. And because I'm going to do this in sequence, I'm just going to choose next backdrop. So what happens when you play? When you press the play button, it will change it to the next backdrop. So if I press this one, it will go back to the space one, go back to the space. And you can see I've still got the welcome and I've still got the play, so I want to get rid of those once I've pressed it as well. And so what I do is press play, and in the look section, I want to hide this play. I also then want to get rid of the welcome as well, which is quite difficult, but in the event section, we want to broadcast a message. So this message will say I want you to do something. So hiding welcome. Hiding the welcome message. Okay, in the welcome message you want to, when you receive the hiding welcome, you also want to hide it. And you can obviously go back and replay this because it was a little bit fast. And what that does is when you press play here, the welcome and the play is now hidden. You cannot see those anymore because they are hidden. However, now if you wanted to play it again, there's no play button, there's no welcome. So we have to reset that as well before we move on. So I know this one's a little bit longer than the usual video, so we go back to the play, we show those again, and we show those again, and we just change the backdrop back to this stars, and we start again. This time, let's just move this to one side so you can see where there's a little green flag here. Every single time I want to press the green flag, the play button, I want to show the play button. I also want to change the backdrop back to the stars. I also need to do the same for the welcome. So when I press the green flag, I want to show the welcome message. So if I press play, you can see the play has disappeared, the welcome has disappeared, but when I press the green flag, it will reset it back to the original starting position. So that is how you move on to a scene and hiding and showing different information. So this is A little bit more complicated. You don't normally learn these things broadcasting until later on, but I'm doing it sequentially so you can see step by step this is something that we need to be doing to move on to our next part of the game. I hope this was helpful. Obviously, before you move on, there's a little save now button. Please make sure you press save now if it's there. If it's not there, it's already automatically saved, but if it is, you press save now, it saves your project. And I will see you in the next video.